Good afternoon. It is May the 18th, 2016. Time to recap today's trading. We came in this morning wanting to buy 35.37. This area right here produced a good trade for us for the market open. Actually gave us a good trade here after the news hit the market. Today's was a news. The biggest news today was going to come on the FOMC announcement, and the market rallied into that announcement. The trade of the day, because it had rallied into the announcement, was to be short in front of the news, and the news came out that they are going to raise interest rates in June, barring inflation, global economic, domestic economic currency woes. It's hard to see how they won't be looking at global domestic currency woes come June, because the economic news is starting to deteriorate pretty rapidly around the globe. So we'll have to see what happens. Trading this morning, we were in that trade, and I took myself out of it prematurely. If you're trading with the blue line, you're just long all the way up, buying every monkey trade, every retest failure, every Nancy's tweezers, all the way up right here. You're below the blue line, you're short on that. There's no trade on that S. We hit the mean green trade. We closed beneath that. You're short on the mean green trade. So really all trades were winners off the 5-minute chart today. Pretty much as planned. Our sell zone, we had 44.49, then 54.59 early. About 7 a.m. this morning, we lowered those by a nickel as the day progressed after the early activity. And again, at the end of the day, I always go back, structurally, the end of yesterday's market, structurally overnight, Globex, about 70% of the time, you should not change what you write up from the preceding day's afternoon activity. So that the analysis is that good at the end of the day, and it should be kept in mind. It's just that overnight comes, things change a little bit. You think you see it a little bit differently. Only 10-15% of the volume is done in the overnight session. That's the big difference. And you start adjusting what you're thinking was the preceding day. Okay, we have a lower high and a lower low, and the E-mini on the F1 that suggests lower prices tomorrow. We don't have a lot of news to drive the trading tomorrow. We have jobless claims, Philly Fed, Chicago Federal National Activity Index, LEI, that nobody pays any attention to. So the Philly Fed and jobless claims will probably get the bulk of the attention. Okay, looking at our F2 screen, pretty wide swing right here. There's your day. And you can see there's a pretty clean break at 45. We haven't been able to take out 45 and hold it. It was going to sound like our write-up when we came in this morning. 44s, 49, sell 1. 54, 59, sell 2. 30, 32, which is a nickel lower than when we were this morning, buy 1. On the assumption we don't spill. And then 22, 25, by 2. If we take out that low volume number at 30, the next low volume number is 22. Okay, looking at the 10-year, and the 30-year from the get-go this morning, we're playing for a hawkish statement from the Fed, and they got it, and they were right. And you don't play against these guys. I mean, they know their market, and they know fundamentals. So lower high, lower low on the F1 says find a place to sell it. Lots of selling today in the market. So we've got a low volume number at 21.5. We made it to the high volume number at 12.5 plus some. Then we got this volume node at 30. We're currently at 15. We had the last rotate up stopped at 17. So 16 to 20, sell 1. 23 to 27, sell 2. Usually we get a pause day after a day like today. So if we aren't able to take out 10.5 in the overnight session, let's say 4 to 8 holds in the overnight market, we'll probably find a seller. Probably go back up and take it above 20 and find out where the selling is, and my guess is it's at 27. So we'll have to see what it brings. So based on Globix, on the assumption that we don't break it, 8 to 12 by 1, 29 to 01 by 2. Boy, the knob spread crashed. We're getting 33.27, and we were 35.03 when we opened up this morning. So lots of juice came out of the 30-year. Okay, 20 to 24 will be our first little band of resistance. So selling 27s to 31s, sell 1. And then 3 to 7, sell 2. On the assumption that the E-mini just doesn't totally crash tonight. 4 to 8 is 1. So 25, 29 by 1. 17 to 21 by 2. Gold got hit. Why in the hell own gold? If the Fed's going to pay you interest money on your paper, right? Your paper holdings, no reason to own gold. So gold got whacked today. Lower high, lower low. Find a place to sell it. Again, I don't think the market's going to break. And after a couple of days, we'll be getting economic news again that does show that the world's economy and the U.S. economy continues to slide. There's your FOMC announcement. So we got a pretty clean break in the market at 65, 67. So the first sell, 64, 66. Then 70, 72. 55, 57, this high volume area by 1. Then 49, 51 by 2. Crude oil, I still think it's going to 50 bucks. I think it should be bought on weakness, but it did come off too on its close. Higher low, higher high, still pointed higher, stops above 50. I mean, they're that close, they're not going to stop till they get above 50. And the fundamentals stink, no doubt about it. But that hadn't stopped us from coming all the way up from 45 bucks to 49 plus, right? So here we sit at 48.37. We have the start. So maybe stops below 48. Put a question mark at a quarter. 47.75, 48 by 1. By 2, 47 even, 47 and a quarter. Okay, 48.75, 49, sell 1. And then 49 and a quarter, 49.50, sell 2. Euro is lower because we pay interest on our paper and the European Union doesn't. So why would you own the euro? Because it's the patriotic thing to do. And it's the way they finance their government. And banks own their paper. It's not yearly individuals. Lower high, lower low on the F1 screen. Find a place to sell it. It is that simple. There's a lot that goes into a lower high that gives you lower lows. Or higher lows and higher highs. The market was headed down into the FOMC news, and it's pointed lower right now. So sell 1 will be 12.50. Sell 2, 12.75. 11.75. 112 even's a high volume number. So we're going to put 112 even by 1. 11.75 by 2. That's it for May the 18th, 2016. I hope you all have a great evening. Looking forward to seeing you bright and early in the morning when we get back out there and shake the CME's money tree once again. I am out of here.